So there we go, we are in the game again. And it will be Lucifer spawning as the grey undead player here, down here at Ancient Isles. We are still streaming in that beautiful real 16:9 on W3 Arena. If you want to test it yourself, feel free to do so, absolutely no problem. If you want to see the other game between Orc Worker and Agatha, you can go over to Wolverine on Good Game Ru and you can check that game out. But we got ourselves the hands on the undead against Night Elf matchup. And as a Night Elf player, we have to see the Sonik on the other side of the map. He's spawning as the yellow Night Elf player at the top half of Ancient Isles. So the Altar of Elders is constructed, the Moonwell is also constructed here, everything normal kind of setup. But what's kind of odd is that kind of Ancient of War close to the natural camp that he will try to creep here fairly early in the game and secure himself a wonderful position, a wonderful head start, and this is something that you really want to do. That's something that you really want to do, I feel. So yeah, thank you for all the new followers coming in. Mr. Hotshot, thank you very much for following the channel and being part of this amazing journey. And speaking of that Warden that you mentioned earlier, are you supposed to play Warden on big and small maps? Now we have it. This is a fairly small map, I have to say, and it will be a Warden coming out of Sonik against the DK as a first hero, of course, for the undead player. Second ziggurat, so not as a one ziggurat tech. Of course not, because we also do not see an early graveyard here to follow that one up, the one ziggurat tech that you can probably use. But we already have a scout coming in, and Lucifer assuming that there might be this creeping going down, because he might have seen a few replays of Sonik or played against him, so for some first-hand experience. And yeah, Sonik is kind of famous for creeping this natural spot instead of the orange camp close to his main base. It can be punished, of course, and this is the reason why he's bringing two ghouls. He wants to make him bleed for that spot, even though he might grab that beautiful item there. But he wants to make him bleed, and he will probably do that. He also killed the critter, so he will have Rod of Necromancy coming in. He's already going at the Wisp, wants to kill them. DK should be there in a second. That first Wisp is about to go down. The first ghoul also needs to be careful. Micros both of them away. Neither of them is dying, though. Coil is being used, a Moonwell is being constructed down here, and the creeping is completely cancelled. One of the ghouls has to be careful. He didn't use Rod yet. The Archer blocks the DK. Beautifully done there by Sonik, because he wants to kill the one ghoul at least. Kills that one, and we have the first blood that is spilled. It was a ghoul. Rod of Necromancy immediately being started to use that one to put some damage on that Warden, the first hero of the Night Elf. But yeah, so far both of the players start teching. We already see the tech coming in for Lucifer. We do not have a tech for Sonik, so I'm wrong with that. I thought he already started, but of course he had to put a lot of resources into that creeping. Engine of War went all the way back. He will not be able to creep that one in a second. There's another Wisp down here. The Archer is following that one. He's about to pull the Mercenaries, I feel, as soon as it hits night and the Berserker is available, because the Berserker is not there right from the start. So he will pull the creeps with the Archer, send the Wisp in, and get like the Forest Troll as well as the Forest Priest. Is the DK going to creep some? It feels like it. With the Rod, with the two Skeletons, he should be able to do that. There's a second Engine of War going up just for creeping purposes to later creep that camp after the natural, but this never happened, so this could be the first real experience. Engine of War is getting back to that spot, so maybe he wants to do it nonetheless. Creeps are pulled away. Mercenary camp open up. Both of the mercenaries hired. DK creeping. Should be level 2 after this one. Yeah, nicely done there. Sentry ward, of course, a great item to spot the creeping as well as to see the tech and the movement of your opponent. So nicely put there into good use. But Sonik should also be aware of that. Unwilling to be surrounded. I have to close my window because it's raining right now. Really heavy here. It's pouring. Crazy. So, the window is closed again. And there we can put some more attention on the game. That Ancient of War started creeping again, but it was way too early to do that. Ancient of War should fall. There are two Wisps close by. Almost a surround on the Warden. Can he get a kill here? That Ancient of War is dead. But the Gnoll Overseer should be killed. But there's another coil, of course. So it will be a very close battle. The experience fall into the hand of the DK. Level 2 against level 1. The Talisman of Evasion to the Warden. Only one Moonwell. This one is kind of exposed without the Ancient War, so he could easily kill that one with the ghouls as soon as he got the time to do that. And Lucifer is playing really well, I have to say. Like, absolutely countering his opponent out, even getting that experience. And Sonik might be triggered and crumbling already. and maybe even raging a little bit that he opened up that way, that he opened this game up with. But Lucifer also the perfect counter to that opening, with the 2 ghouls immediately being sent there, denying him the time to creep that. Now we have the second Agent of War creeping here, finally gathering some experience for the Warden. Warden, ashamed of herself, feels like, okay, I got a Shadow Melt close to the forest. This is definitely not mine game. Tier 2 about to be done, but the Hunter's Hall, look at this Hunter's Hall timing with the Tier 2 tech. Tier 2 is done, Hunter's Hall a third. Or if this Naga, she's at least stealing the item. If the Naga would have stolen the creep, that would have been picture perfect. But the Warden finally level 2 with that sentry, where the Forest Troll is blocked by the Agent of War there for a second. So he finds the connection with the Unholy Aura and the Frost Arrow. He's going to kill that one. He tries to heal it up with the Priest. He cannot keep him alive. A huge unit dies there again. Staff of Teleportation as well as the Boots of Speed are being bought. That Ancient of War will fall as well, and the lures are so late because the Hunter's Hall timing was delayed by a huge margin. Not by his opponent, but maybe like forcing so much attention of his opponent, he was not able to keep up with the teching, and so he forgot about the Hunter's Hall. So Sonic's play overall not on point. Dust of Appearance is there, he will kill that one. Level 3 for the DK already. This is a nightmare for Sonic. He dives in, but that level 2 call will do so much damage. Now he can even kill the Naga if he feels like it. Can he get a surround of that hero? It should be closed now. Wow. He should not give the top ball to that one, because now the Warden is dying. What the hell are you doing? GG being called. And probably one of the worst games that we have seen today. And this was the second semi-final. I'm deeply sorry for you guys.